y'all today, and today I will be teaching reading comprehension, which is one of my favorite things of all time. I know, interesting. More about me: I am a Central High School student. I'm a senior here, and I'm a TAFE member, and TAFE stands for Texas Association of Future Educators. We do a bunch of cool things like teaching classrooms and making speeches, and a bunch over here you can see projects that other kids have done. It's very interesting. This is my first year in it, and I'm really excited because I would like to be a teacher in college, which I'm very looking forward to. I have 2 sisters and a pet hamster, and I just got a pet kitten, and he's adorable. I love to read, and my favorite drink is apple cider. It's gotta be hot. It can't be cold. That's gross. The introduction. What is reading comprehension? Reading comprehension is the ability to read text, process it, and understand it. Y'all might not know this, but y'all do it all the time. Y'all do it when you read text. I know. You do it when you read text. You do it when you read your email. You do it when you read the little portion of the science textbook that you hate, that your teacher assigns. Components of reading comprehension. We have inferencing. I might have spelled that wrong. Forgive me. We have inferencing, synthesizing, determining key details in text. So when you read a text, determining what's important, what's not. And metacognition. We today will be looking at inferencing and determining key details. Inferencing. Inferencing, is a conclusion you reach by applying logic to the evidence you are getting. Making inferences while reading is a strategy that will help you learn, remember, and apply what you have read. Like in books, authors don't always explicitly state everything that they want the reader to know in the text. You have to kind of guess based off of your logic. You have to read between the lines to understand what they mean and to make connections. Determining key details is the second thing we'll be going over today. Determining key details is to understand the text. Students should be able to determine what's truly important in the story and not what's interesting. So sometimes you'll read something and you'll be like, oh, that's really interesting, and then it has nothing to do with what's important, the plot or the outcome of the story. To do determining key details, these are questions that I like to go through in my brain when I read a text. You can ask who, when, where, why, and how. Who, does this passage discuss a person or a group of people? Who's it about? When, does the passage contain a reference to time? Time can tell you a lot in a story, trust me. This certain time period, you'll know, okay, maybe these types of people are in it, they have these types of jobs, and then you can connect it to technology or whatever at that time period. Why? Do you find a reason or explanation for something that happened? Where does it take place? And then how? Does this information indicate a method or a theory? What's the overall picture? Password. So we're gonna play a game for inferencing. It's called Password. It's a word association game. And how we will play it is we'll have 2 teams. We can do this side be one team and this side be another team. From each team, you will take 2 partners or 1 group of partners. So we'll do y'all 2 ladies first, and then we'll do y'all 2 ladies first. And what you're gonna do is I'm gonna give each of y'all a word, just one of y'all, secretly. The other person won't know. The other person is gonna be told words by the person that I tell the first word to. And they're gonna be told words that relate to that first word, but aren't the same word. You can't say the same word, and you can't say a word with that same word in it, if that makes sense, because it's kind of cheating. And whoever of the other 2 people guess the word first, that team will get a point. We'll do 2 to 3 rounds, or 3 to 4. Okay, so can I have this young lady stand up and this young lady stand up? And I will tell y'all y'all's words. Go guys! Y'all can, I guess y'all can stand here, and then the other 2 partners come up. Y'all didn't hear those, right? Yeah, y'all didn't hear any of the words? Okay. Oh, I don't need a clock. Okay, so y'all know y'all's words. Forgive me. Y'all are gonna tell the other people related words, and then whoever guesses the correct word first, gets a point. Ready? Yes. And then if y'all need to spread out, if y'all are confusing each other, y'all can. Okay, ready? Go. Sand. Raise your hand when you get it. Ocean. Yes! Okay. Okay, y'all keep going and see if you can get the word.
Oh, they all have the same words? Star, sky.
Hot.
Sun.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Good job. Y'all can sit down.
I thought we were supposed to take turns.
Oh, yeah.
it in maybe the one.
Okay.
Oh, I did the orange one.
Yeah.
Was that game hard?
No.
No. Was it easy?
Yes.
Did you get the concept?
Yes.
Okay. So because we play password, it's because it's a word association game that encourages students to think about what they know and draw conclusions about words that might describe or characterize another word. And then some of the words that I put up there, you can relate how coffee, you can say morning, maybe someone gets coffee, or how moon is kind of the opposite of sun. So if I said moon, you might choose sun. Just some little words like that, how we just did. Okay, now for our next activity, we'll be solving a short mystery passage to relate how to determine key details. I'll give y'all some time to read it. If y'all want to read it aloud or read it to a partner, that's completely fine by me. I did give you a solutions page. I'll do the good thing and not look at the solution until the very end. And then I'll ask you some questions about it if y'all want to start reading that now. Okay, so the reason that we read this mystery in the first place, a fun way to teach about key details and extraneous information is to solve mysteries that have red herrings or misleading clues. Read the mystery, as we just did, and try to find the culprit. Does everyone know who the culprit was? Can we make a guess?
Yes.
Cassandra, who is the culprit?
Penny.
How did you draw that conclusion?
Because she
I looked at
because she was talking about his saddlebag and she brought up details that hadn't been disclosed yet.
Very good, very good. So I'm going to tell you what I did when reading the story with y'all just now. I went and underlined all the things that I thought were important, like the where, when, how, and why aspect. If y'all did that, that's great. If y'all didn't, that's okay. I know a bunch of people do it in their head, which is really good. I underlined like the library where they were at. I also underlined all the characters, so I underlined Mr. Gibson's name, Michael's name, Penny's name, and I also I did underline that clue that Kaseya just said, that Penny disclosed the leather satchel bag being leather, and he did not tell her that. So that would have been a very big clue. And I'll go ahead and read you the solutions page, just so if you didn't get it the first time, you can get it the second time. It says, first notice that Mr. Thurnbull said Penny and Michael are already gone to the usual corner after they returned their books. They came in just a few minutes ago. So one assumes that Penny and Michael already returned their books, yet later in the mystery, Penny said she had to return her books to Mrs. Thurnbull. That is suspicious, but not firm evidence. So you had a clue, but it couldn't really be said just quite yet because you didn't know all the details. So, your investigation notes should read, inconsistency in Penny's actions. Mr. Thurnbull stated that Penny and Michael had already returned their books. Later, Penny claimed she still needs to return her books. This inconsistency raises suspicion about Penny's honesty. So, she said that she already returned them, and yet at the library they got there, she hadn't returned them yet. So, maybe this could lead you to think that it was an excuse to go outside and maybe steal the leather satchel bag. Second, if you read the story attentively, at no time did Penny see the bicycle and the saddlebag, nor was it ever mentioned to her that the saddlebag was leather. Most kids nowadays have saddlebags made of nylon, rarely leather, yet Penny knows the saddlebag was leather. So that was a big, big clue at the end of the story. So we just discussed what clues were very important to solving the mystery. When reading the story, was anyone able to identify any misleading information or no? Yes.
Whenever they kept on talking about where Chester was going.
Okay.
Like,
Yes,
I
that
thought
was
it was Chester because he kept on leaving the room.
that was a big, big clue, a big misleading information. Yeah, he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But sometimes authors do that in a story. They try to focus in on one character, and it will mislead you to think that is that character when really it was somebody else. Okay, so in conclusion. Reading comprehension can seem very daunting at first, but it can be easily executed when done properly. I know a bunch of kids nowadays don't like to read because it can be very daunting, very intimidating. I love to read, but when you read, it can be very easy when you just simplify it and look at where, who, how, why, and how often. Being able to inference and scope out the important details in a text are great ways to improve your reading comprehension, and reading can become a great hobby for those who improve their reading comprehension skills. If you grow in your reading comprehension skills, reading will become a lot easier, trust me. Thank you so much for participating today. y'all's grade level that I think are very interesting. The ones that I highlighted in pink were my favorite as a child. So, especially the book Thief. It will make you cry, but I promise you, it is a very good book. So, thank y'all for coming.